And if you haven't seen him cry or be angry, don't marry that man, and don't you dare let him borrow your uterus. Patriarchy is so insidious that it'll have you thinking that your manly man is actually a healthy man, and he's probably not. A man is a human being, and if a human being does not display proper emotion and a range of emotion, they may not be well. I don't care how cool, calm, and collected that man is. If he cannot be angry but still contain himself, because anger is a normal emotion, if he does not cry at all, that is a little bit problematic. And it may not be problematic for the reasons that you think. There is so much male-centered patriarchal programming in him that even when one day something happens where he really does need to cry, he may not allow himself to, because he thinks that it is not masculine. And where do emotions go when they are not properly processed? I'll let you guess. If you said it can transmute into maladaptive coping mechanisms, you would be correct. Now, is this 100% always the case? No. But if you want to have a healthy partnership, it starts by observing if your partner has a healthy range of emotion is something that you do want to see. The second part of this that's actually very concerning is I'm seeing a lot of videos come up about how men need to be composed and how women are allowed to emote, but men should be the stabilizing force in a relationship. And while it sounds good, the little dog whistle that you guys aren't hearing is that men, again, have to be kind of a container for women's emotions. And I'm not saying that co-regulation is not a thing. We should be able to co-regulate with people in our lives. If I'm out of whack, yes, I need you to be stabilizing. But by telling women that they do not have to be emotionally stable and mature, but men do in order to be the leaders and the men of the house, puts an unfair pressure for men to carry emotions but not exhibit them. This also further perpetuates the false idea that men are natural born leaders and they are meant to be the head of the household because they are less emotional or emotive. And that is not necessarily true. We all know from relational science that both men and women have strengths, that households and relationships to be divided by those strengths and not by gender. So patriarchy harms men, but it also infantilizes women in a lot of ways. If you haven't seen your man cry, and if you haven't seen him be angry because he's supposed to be rough and tough, what's going to happen when he experiences a moment where he cannot hide behind the facade of masculinity in a patriarchal sense? Will he implode? Will he explode? Will he completely just disappear? Will he become depressed? You don't know. And the last thing you want to do is experience raw emotion from someone when it's too late to get out of harm's way.